Super Dave here with another review.
Lion-O was invited by Dome Tome, who is actually Mum-Ra in disguise, claiming to bring him to a place where they were going to make an expedition or a tribute to the Thundercats. Well, little did Lion-O know when he got there, it was a trap by Mum-Ra himself. And Mum-Ra brought him to this cavern to face the likes of Safari Joe, who he fought. And he also fought Spidera. And he also had to fight Rataro, the mutant warrior. And then he had to face the hand of Slive, passed on to Mum-Ra, a grenade type weapon that produced a gas called warp gas that made Lion-O scared. But he called to the help of the other Thundercats with his sword eventually. And then Mum-Ra turned into the character that we're going to review today. And that is Lion-O Mirror, or Mirror Lion-O. Super Dave here with another exciting review of a Thundercat, but this time one that was disguised again, a Mum-Ra disguise, which is kind of, as some have said or indicated, kind of like, I would almost say, like Faker in Masters of the Universe. Except Faker was an actual character, whereas this is just Mum-Ra in disguise again. But it's still a cool idea. Let's break him open and check it out. And here is the prize. And let's take a look. You see the Mum-Ra symbol on the front. Odd to see for a Lion-O, but this is not Lion-O. This is Faker Lion-O, or as Thundercats called it, Mirror Lion-O. And wow, that is looking awesome. Check him out. Wow, really neat looking. Really neat looking. Oh man, look at that yelling head and these accessories. Man, in that episode, Fond Memories, this Lion-O and the original Lion-O used their claw shield and that extension kind of rope that would shoot out of one of the actual toenails or fingernails or claws that was in the claw shield. And they would grapple onto the sides of this cavern and swing and grab each other. And so it's neat that this Mirror Lion-O actually comes with one of those. But let's break him open and really see what he's got going on. But first, yes, look at that awesome artwork on the back. Really nice looking. That is cool. And then there's the bio if you'd like to pause and read that now. All right, let's go ahead and break him open and check him out. And inside this cavern, after Lion-O defeats the likes of Safari Joe, Spidera, Rataro, the mutant warrior, and then overcomes eventually the gases of Sly's bomb, the warp gas, Mum-Ra then reveals himself to become Mirror Lion-O, equal in powers and ability to our young warrior. So now first, let's look at Mirror Lion-O's accessories. For his claw shields, he comes with the claw shield that will attach to his side, that also has the holster or sheath availability for the Sword of Omen in its kind of closed eye form, shortened form. Then he comes also with this traditional claw shield that we've seen before, and that's just the open palm kind of attack mode claw shield. And then something that's fairly newer, we saw it in with our Poomra, but now we get it with this Lion-O mirror, and that is this balled up fisted claw shield, which is awesome. And then here's the sweet prize. We even get the claw shield in attack form that's launching one of its claws forward like in the cartoon. So you can use that to launch, to grab hold of something, or even to climb, to latch hold of the walls. And this was used to swing back and forth, and they both fought each other, a lot of it in the air, using this device in that episode. Just such a cool relic and cool touch. And you can even see the inside of that claw there where it's like launched out. Isn't that so cool? So neat. So cool. And then this Mirror Lion-O comes with the Sword of Omens Extended. And it is a little shinier than we've seen it before, but very similar. And of course the logo looks well done there, and we'll compare this one to some other Sword of Omens that we've gotten with some of the other characters in just a few moments. But first, let's take a look at Lion-O a little closer and his articulation. This Mirror Lion-O, Faker Lion-O, disguised Mumra's Lion-O. Taking a closer look at this Mirror Lion-O, we can see that he will look up about that much, not a whole lot. It hits the back here with all this orange hair, and he'll look down a good amount there. Of course, he can get some pivoting and some side to side, so not too bad. And then he's able to get 360 with those arms. He'll be able to strike a T pose there, bicep swivels, single jointed elbows. But check it out, first Lion-O that we've seen with pinless joints, pinless arms and legs. Really awesome. So nice. So nice. I wonder how many people will get an extra one and either paint the front or try to somehow replace the arms. But man, so nice looking. All right, and then of course with those new arms like we've been seeing, you also get a swivel at the elbow with those new elbow joints. Of course, we've already talked about the hinges on the hands, but this claw that's actually a balled up fist has an added bonus that we did not get with the one that came with Poomra, and that is an actual peg to be able to peg it in and really be able to fit it on there good. Awesome. All right, also our Lion-O is going to be able to bend back about that much. He's going to be able to bend forward about that much, crunch forward. And of course he has turning at the waist. And of course we know this claw shield will want to be careful here. Go ahead and pop that off the little peg. One of my pegs came out, one of my other Super 7 Lion-Os. But and then this has a silver instead of a blue little latch piece that pegs into his shorts here. And of course we have seen this before, but that's a really nice eye on this one, really detailed there, and fits nice. The paint apps are nice in that circle, but it goes right into that claw shield. That's really nice that it goes deep in there, recesses. That's looking good. Let's go on with the articulation here. Check out those abs that are well hidden with this design. I've always enjoyed the way they hid that in that shirt kind of design there. But anyway, he'll get full splits. He has thigh rotation. He's going to be able to kick not quite 90 degrees. It basically kick a football kick there. Has single jointed knees, but also has that rotation at the knee, and he has rotation at the boot. Then he's able to go up about that far, all the way tiptoes, nice rockers, and that peg hole in the bottom. So really good articulation with those added pinless joints and the rotation at the knee and the boot, so you get double the pleasure there on that. And so our Lion-O is shaping up to have some great articulation that's even updated from our standard Lion-O. So it would be nice, Super 7, to get one more. I wish version 2, right? 2.0 should have had this. But anyway, it would be nice to get a Lion-O with these pinless joints, just to update all of our collection. But anyway, awesome. Look how nice that logo looks. Looks really good on there. Paint apps are good on mine. I like the shading that's in this orangish red trim on this Faker Lion-O. I just like that idea. But speaking of all of that, let's go ahead and look at some comparisons. And here's all three of my Lion-Os. You can tell here that the Mattel one is in the middle because he did not come with an angry face. Let's go ahead and look at those faces. The one that came with Super 7 Lion-O has more of a clenched teeth face, which is really cool. But the one that comes with Mirror Lion-O has more of a depth to that open mouth, even down into the recesses of the mouth to even see kind of the tongue, and just an angrier, almost yelling, kind of face. So I guess you could use that. We'll check and see in some comparisons later. Swapping heads, I mean. We'll see if that will look all right on our Lion-O as well, but that is cool. Concerning the claw shield, Mattel's came with that more furry claw shield that only had a molded hilt sticking out. Sort of Omen was non-removable. And then the one that came with Super 7 Ultimate had both the furry version and the more shiny, glossy, animated version. But he also came with one like this that was removable, and this is the one that came with our Mirror Lion-O. This one actually is removable and also has a silver attachment to his side there. And all of his gloves, instead of the furry version, are that more gold, shinier version. Then as far as the swords, here's the one that came with our Mirror Lion-O. It is actually, if you can tell it on the camera, a lot shinier than the rest of them. Has more of a metallic paint on it. Has a very clean lion head painted in it. Has that typical turquoise trim. That thick frame looking good. But definitely has more of a metallic shine compared to the one that came with Mattel's, which it did not have a frame around it. And of course the blade was a little thicker on that one, as we've seen before. So far all the Super 7 ones have been more or less a thinner blade. This is the one that came with the Super 7 Ultimates. The Thundercats logo is not quite as clean in that one. Seemed like they kept making improvements in different ways. Here's the one that came with Jaga, and it had the clean Thundercat logo and more of a silver hilt. There's still a noticeable difference between the Mirror Lion-O's sword and even Jaga's, which is probably the best one we've gotten for an actually good guy, because this one has a lot more of a shine to it. I think you can tell that even in video, the clarity there. As far as the little short swords, here's the one that came with the Mirror Lion-O. There's the one that came with Mattel's Lion-O. It don't have the frame. A little less detail there, and it's shorter. Here's the one that came with Super 7's Ultimate Lion-O. The only difference I see between this one and the new one is the eye is a little bit wider and more accented with gold on the Mirror Lion-O's sort of Omen, the short version. Alright, going back to our main characters here, just taking a look at these faces. I don't think that the face is very different. There is the Mattel face, which the Super 7 one pretty much looked the same. The Ultimates Lion-O, and there's our new Mirror Lion-O face. They look basically about identical. I will say that there's less of a wash in his hair. It's almost just a little bit brighter than this one. If you see him in person, a little bit more of a wash in the Super 7 Ultimate Lion-O's hair. And also this hair is gummier, a little bit rubberier, whereas this hair is actually a little bit, especially in the back part, a little harder on this one than it is on this one. But as far as the face itself, they look just about identical. Now the eyes may be a little different. Let's see. There's those, yeah, kind of a red eye. And then in this one, still have the red eyes. They look a little larger, the red on this one. Whereas this one has a little bit more of a slit. The red is a little bit more slitted in the eye there. But other than that, it's about the same. And these guys looking great. Tickled about this new body with the pinless joints. Awesome. Okay, now this is interesting. I took the Mirror Lion-O's yelling head and put it on our Super 7 Ultimates Lion-O, and it just kind of seems to sit a little low down on the neck compared to the heads that he came with. So yeah, and I don't even have it all the way down. Kind of sits too low down. So they definitely adjusted the socket and the ball that is a part of the neck joint. It's a little bit shorter on the Super 7 Ultimate, a little bit longer on the Mirror Lion-O. So there's an adjustment there that they've made, but you can still make it work. Put a little tack in there, raise it up a little bit, make it work. But there's the Mirror Lion-O yelling open mouth head on our regular Lion-O body. And there's Mirror Lion-O shooting his claw device and bringing himself up there. That is cool. So you could definitely, you know, hang him from something or use that as though he's climbing or going somewhere with that. That is so cool. I need another one of those for our regular Lion-O, right? Because they're fighting in the air a lot of time in that episode, but you can, or he could shoot it at someone and kind of grab them and then pull them down with it. That's cool. So there's a lot of neat tricks you're going to be able to do with that awesome claw shield accessory that shoots out that claw piece there. Really, really neat. We've seen it in the cartoon many times. It's even been known to kind of shock people and have lightning. You could even add maybe a lightning effect to the end of it. But that is so neat. Cool. And here's a cool comparison. You have two fakers, if you will. Our actual Motu faker, and now our Mirror Lion-O, who is faking it. Of course, again, Mirror Lion-O is Mum-Ra in a disguised form, whereas Skeletor actually created Faker. And then here's our Masterverse Faker with our Masterverse Skeletor with a Hordak MX head sculpt there. So we'll throw them in the mix too, which of course the Masterverse has incredible articulation and posability. But these classic figures look so amazing. They're hard to beat as far as their sculpts and their build and their quality. Bravo again, Super 7. These look amazing. And this Lion-O, Mirror Lion-O is no exception. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us for this Super Dave review and looking at this Mirror Lion-O. He is so cool. Look at that vertical hinged hand that allows him to hold that sword just perfectly. And you can use those hands with your classic Lion-Os, your regular Lion-O as well. And check out all of these mutants behind our disguised Mum-Ra here. But also, getting ready to see Voltraman soon. He should be coming in anytime now. Looking forward to reviewing him. Come back and see us again. And be blessed. Like if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe if you haven't. Comment if you've enjoyed this video. And we'll talk with you again next time.